The world stops moving, but you don't. It happens during your morning commute. You're reaching for your coffee when everything freezes. Not slows down, freezes. The barista's hand suspended mid-pour. Coffee frozen in a perfect arc between cup and pot. A woman's laugh caught in her throat, her mouth open, eyes bright with joy that will never complete. Outside the window, a bird hangs motionless in mid-flight. Wings spread against a sky that has forgotten how to move. And you're the only thing still breathing, still blinking, still alive in a dead universe. Your first instinct is to move. You take a step. Your foot connects with the floor. You can walk. You can touch things. You reach out and tap the frozen woman's shoulder. She's solid, warm, real. But she doesn't respond. You wave your hand in front of the barista's eyes. Nothing. They're statues. Beautiful, perfect statues of people who were alive 1 second ago. You rush outside, and the horror truly sets in. Traffic frozen mid-intersection. Pedestrians locked in mid-stride. A child's balloon motionless 3 feet off the ground. Every human being on Earth stopped. Except you. But here's what you don't realize yet. Here's the truth that will destroy you. Time hasn't just frozen for other people. Time has frozen for everything, including the fundamental laws of physics that keep you alive. The first thing that goes wrong is the air. You take a breath and it feels strange, thick, resistant. That's because air molecules move. They vibrate. They bounce off each other in constant, chaotic motion. That motion is what allows them to flow into your lungs. But motion requires time, and time has stopped. The air around you is now a solid lattice of frozen molecules. Each breath becomes harder. You're not breathing air anymore. You're tearing through a crystalline structure of nitrogen and oxygen, forcing frozen particles into your lungs like inhaling sand. After 10 breaths, your chest burns. After 20, you're suffocating. After 30, you realize the terrible truth. You can't breathe in a timeless world. The universe isn't designed for something that moves when everything else has stopped. Then comes the darkness. Light, you see, is also movement. Photons traveling from the sun, bouncing off objects, entering your eyes. But photons need time to travel. And time has stopped. The last photons to reach your eyes before the freeze are all you get. After that, nothing. The world doesn't gradually dim. It vanishes. Instantly. Completely. You're plunged into absolute darkness because light itself has stopped moving. You can't see the frozen people anymore. You can't see your own hands. You exist in a void so complete that even the concept of sight becomes meaningless. You are the only moving thing in an ocean of frozen light that will never reach you. But you're still moving. And that's the problem. Because movement without time creates something impossible. Something that shouldn't exist. You. Your body is a chemical factory. Every second, billions of reactions occur inside you. Neurons fire. Blood flows. Cells divide. But all of that requires time. Chemical reactions need molecules to move, to collide, to bond. Your heart needs to beat. Your blood needs to flow. But they can't. Because time has stopped for them too. Your heart freezes mid-beat. Your blood becomes solid in your veins. Your neurons lock in place. By every law of physics, you should be dead. Instantly. But you're not. You're still conscious, still thinking, still aware. You've become a paradox, a violation of reality itself. And that's when the aging begins. Because while time has stopped for the universe, it hasn't stopped for you. You are still experiencing duration, still accumulating moments, still moving forward through the fourth dimension while everything else stands still. Every second you exist in this frozen world is a second you age. But it's not just your body aging. It's your mind, your consciousness, the thing that makes you, you. You are experiencing time in a place where time doesn't exist. You are a clock ticking in a world of stopped clocks, and you cannot stop. You try to move through the frozen world, but it's like walking through concrete. The air resists, the ground pushes back. Every step is agony. You're not just moving through space, you're moving through frozen time itself, carving a path through a universe that has become solid. You touch a frozen person, and your hand goes through them. Not because they're ghosts, but because they're softer than the air. Their molecules have less structure than the crystallized atmosphere. You're a blade cutting through a reality that was never meant to be cut. You leave a trail of disruption in your wake. Molecules displaced, energy transferred, entropy increased in a universe where entropy is stopped.
Days pass, or what feels like days. It's impossible to tell. There's no sun rising or setting, no clock ticking. Just you, alone, in the infinite darkness, suffocating slowly, aging rapidly. Your mind begins to fracture. Humans weren't designed for this. We need change. We need stimulation. We need the progression of events to mark the passage of time. But there are no events. Nothing happens. Sighs.
Nothing can happen. You are trapped in the longest second in history. A second that might last forever. You think about the people you love. They're frozen somewhere in this dead world. Your family, your friends, the person you were going to text back. They're all statues now. Warm, living statues that will never move again unless time resumes. And you realize something that breaks you. You realize that from their perspective, if time ever starts again, no time will have passed. For them, this moment is instantaneous. The second time froze is the same second it unfreezes. But for you it's been an eternity. You've lived years, decades, maybe centuries. You've aged, you've suffered, you've experienced a lifetime of isolation in what they will perceive as zero time. When time finally resumes, if it ever does, you won't be the same person. You'll be older, changed, broken, and no one will understand. No one will believe you, because for them, nothing happened. The coffee finished pouring. The woman finished laughing. The bird finished flying. Life continued as if nothing was wrong. But you'll know. You'll carry the weight of all that frozen time, all those silent, dark, suffocating moments. You'll be a stranger in your own life, a time traveler who aged decades while the universe stood still. This is the true horror of frozen time. It's not that the world stops, it's that you don't. It's the realization that motion without change is torture, that consciousness without progression is hell, that being the only moving thing in a dead universe is the loneliest fate imaginable. You become a ghost haunting a living world, a paradox that shouldn't exist, a mind trapped in a body that's aging while everything else stays forever young. And here's the final crushing truth. If time has truly stopped for everything except you, then it will never start again. Because starting again requires a change, requires an event, requires time. But time is frozen. The mechanism that would unfreeze it is frozen too. You're not waiting for time to resume. You're waiting for something that can never happen. You are permanently, irreversibly alone. The last conscious thing in a universe that has become a photograph, a still image that will never move again. The world stopped moving, but you didn't. And now you'll spend eternity wishing you had. In absolute darkness, in perfect silence, aging infinitely in a single frozen second. This is your new reality. This is your forever. A conscious mind trapped in a timeless void, suffocating on frozen air, blinded by stopped light, feeling your body decay while the universe around you stays eternally, perfectly still. And the worst part? You can't even die. Because dying requires time. And time is frozen.